last time we've seen a season like Cam Newton's in 2010? I'll answer that for you. Never.
Touchdown. Up and over. Touchdown. Cam Newton from 1 yard out. 12-0.
Cam Newton spent 1 year as an Auburn Tiger and accomplished more than most players do in their entire careers. He delivered one of the greatest comebacks in Iron Bowl history, brought a national championship to a team with almost no pro talent, and cemented himself as one of the most dominant forces college football has ever seen. He did all that in just 1 year. 2010 Cam was not human and delivered a one-of-a-kind season that words can't even describe. You had to see it to believe it, but don't blink, you might miss him.
Hey, what Ike Taylor say? That boy is a mutant Ninja Turtle. If y'all didn't know, Cam Newton is my favorite player of all time. I don't care who you is. Ravens my favorite team. Cam Newton my favorite player. I don't care about no Tom Brady. I don't care about no Drew Brees. I don't care about Peyton Manning. No, Joe Montana.
Before the legend, there was a promise. Cam Newton was a 5-star quarterback at Florida, the heir to Tim Tebow's throne. He was destined for greatness.
Should have started over Tebow.
But on November 17th, 2008, that promise collapsed. A stolen laptop, a panic decision. The charges were eventually dropped, but the damage was done. Combined with his academic issues and a spot on the depth chart, his career in the big time was over. Instead of choosing to work at McDonald's, Cam chose the football equivalent. Blinn College, Brenham, Texas.
He said Cam chose the football equivalent of McDonald's. This nigga is crazy.
16,000. This wasn't a step back. It was football purgatory. No scholarship luxuries, just painted bleachers and the Texas heat. He was isolated, left to question if he ever play on a Saturday again. But isolation often reveals character. Newton didn't just survive at Blinn, he dominated. 2,833 yards, 22 TDs, and the NJCAA National Championship. Suddenly, the outcast was the most wanted man in college football. Oklahoma wanted him. Mississippi State wanted him. But Cam knew he had only 1 year to rewrite his story. One shot to make it to the NFL. He needed more than just a starting job. He needed a team that was ready to win now. And he found it in the plains of Alabama. Auburn had a veteran-loaded roster with 22 returning seniors, a team that was built to win, missing just one piece, a quarterback. It was the perfect fit. The gamble was made. The decision was final. But in choosing his destiny, he had unknowingly made a powerful enemy. This was a convergence of talent, controversy, and circumstance, about to unleash 14 games of unprecedented dominance. Auburn fans will tell you they knew something special was happening the moment Cam Newton took his first snap in Jordan-Hare Stadium. But I don't think anyone, and I mean anyone, was ready for what they were about to witness. September 4th, 2010, Arkansas State. After a year in football purgatory, this was it. His one shot.
Throws down the sideline, wide open, touchdown. Avoids the pressure. Makes him a Caleb. And Newton to run with a lot of green grass in front of him. Touchdown.
Cam Newton, the best college football player of all time. Who is the best college football player of all time? Let me know in the comments who y'all think the best college football player of all time. I'm going Cam. I'm going Cam.
Looking. Touchdown, Auburn.
While Cam was putting up video game numbers, the rest of college football was asking the same question. Who the hell is this guy? This dude was shaking off defensive linemen and running past DBs as a quarterback.
At 6'5",
but
260.
That was a tune-up. 5 days later, he would face his first real test, an SEC opponent on the road.
Is that what's the name?
At night. An SEC opponent on the road at night.
Mississippi State.
This is Mississippi State, the same team that Cam rejected just months earlier. Clinging to a 3-point lead late in the fourth quarter, Auburn's offense stalled. The crowd was going insane. This is it. This was the moment the JUCO transfer was supposed to fold under the pressure of SEC primetime. Cam made the wrong choice.
Newton hit the backfield, he won't get it. It's blocked. Ralph again to the outside, and Auburn's defense makes the stand.
It wasn't flashy, but a win is a win. A gritty, hostile environment win that proved he belonged. But in surviving that test, he had solidified himself as the one that got away, for now. But a gritty win on the road doesn't erase years of history.
Hold on, that's the football champions. 1957.
Any long-suffering Auburn fan knew the script. You get your hopes up, you start to believe, and then on the biggest stage, when the lights are the brightest, the team folds. It was a pattern. A curse. This team hasn't won a championship in 53 years. Dang. So when College Game Day came to town for week 3 against Clemson, Auburn immediately went down 17-0. Every fan in that stadium felt that familiar, sinking feeling in their stomach. This was it. This was the moment it all falls apart. The moment the dream dies. But this Auburn team had an alien.
Third down, gonna go deep middle.
You say this Auburn team had an alien. That's
And Newton off a play. Here comes the end around, the handoff. Got the first down. Account for number 2. Gonna fire to the end zone. In the corner of it. Touchdown.
Fake by Cam. Now he's gonna go deep to Zachary. He's there. 5. Touchdown, Auburn!
Auburn wins it in overtime.
He had the arm of a cannon and the heart of a lion. That comeback win put the entire country on notice. And from there, he just started stacking up bodies, proving he could win in every way imaginable. 334 yards of total offense and 5 total TDs in every way imaginable. 334 yards.
I need that framed in my house. I gotta get that framed in my house. I gotta get it, bro. Look at that man. He jumped, bro. He did him jump from the 10. What's wrong with this man, Cameron?
Total offense and 5 total TDs against South Carolina, followed by an absolute obliteration of ULM, where Cam had to only throw the ball 19 times to beat them 52-3. He could outgun you in a high-flying shootout. He could embarrass you in an absolute demolition. But to become a legend, there was one more style he had to master. What do you do when the game is tied? The clock is bleeding out and 70,000 enemy fans are screaming for you to make one mistake. And in Lexington, Kentucky, we got our first look at just how cold-blooded this alien could be. Fourth quarter, game tied at 34. Auburn gets the ball with just minutes left.
Newton fires complete. Newton keeps it himself this time.
Oh my
Otis
God.
had 3.
That boy, he's 6'5", 260. I know he played quarterback, but bro, don't run into me.
Keeps it himself this time.
Otis
had 3.
That cornerback don't want to do no more tackles. I ain't gonna lie.
He's the only back there.
First down.
And the Cardiac Tigers continue to get it done.
4 rush touchdowns, 198 rush.
He could beat you with his arm. He could beat you with his heart. He could beat you with his mind. He had proven he was the best player in the country.
Oh my gosh.
But now he was about to face the best defense in the country. LSU, ranked 6th in the nation. This wasn't just another opponent. It was a collection of future first-round NFL talent, led by Patrick Peterson, the best corner in America.
Pat P better, that shit better be locked. Pat P locking shit, I'm telling you.
They were a laboratory-built monster designed for one purpose: to stop Cam Newton. And their plan was working. It looked like they had finally found the kryptonite. They were holding Superman in a phone booth. Third quarter, game tied 10-10. It felt like the first team to blink would lose.
Then he took it to the crib.
Goes right.
6'6" doing this.
Pop,
pop, pop.
Still loose. Oh, did he accelerate?
Patrick P, I'm sorry, I gotta do it to you.
Why not?
Run the niggas over, man.
Back.
Oh, Gilly the kid. All y'all niggas who disrespect Cam Shady taught him. This nigga Shady said, what's that boy name from the Patriots? Oh, buddy, he said he better than Cam. Drake May. Well, Shady smoking cockaroonies.
Why not? Touchdown. Newton back. Draw play. Designed all the way. And he's got a lot of room.
Come on, man.
In football.
Get off me. That's what I do. Get off me. That's what I do. Get off me. Get off me.
Stiff arm tap. Newton White gets a great block. He gets another one.
You don't want to tell me that, man.
Carnell
You don't want to
Hatcher
tell me
gets
that.
by him.
That's what trying to take his legs out. They don't want to tackle nothing. 217 rushing yards, most ever by SEC quarterback.
They call it the Heisman moment for a reason. He became just the second SEC quarterback ever to rush for 1,000 yards in a season, and there were still 4 games left. He had conquered every challenge on the field. He was on top of the world. But then the world came to a screeching halt.
We had got a letter from the NCAA that they were going to launch this investigation.
At this point, Cam Newton is Cam Newton. He's led Auburn to an undefeated record when no one expected Auburn to be undefeated. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this bombshell drops.
Cameron Newton's
involving Cam Newton.
with Cam Newton.
It was a true bombshell, being accused of being bought and paid for during the season.
Bro, what? Come on, man.
Cam's father, Cecil, was being accused of accepting a 6-figure payment so that his son could go to Auburn before NIL was a thing.
Come
And immediately,
on,
it
man.
became a massive story. The NCAA was investigating. The FBI was investigating. The national media had descended on Auburn, Alabama, digging for anything that could disqualify him. Reporters
I
were
swear they
arriving
waiting for the
unannounced to the
downfall.
Newton household,
Waiting
asking
for
for
it.
bank records. This wasn't just football pressure anymore. This was legacy-defining
waiting for
pressure,
him to
the
fall.
kind that shatters careers before they begin. Any normal 21-year-old would have folded under the weight of an ongoing investigation involving his family. The entire world was watching, waiting for him to do just that against Georgia.
Has it. Drills it in the end zone.
And you know what's crazy? I heard about that story. Cam Newton said that came out because the coach at Mississippi State had wanted him because he had played with him before at Florida or something like that. And then when he didn't go to Mississippi State, he was offering Cam money. Obviously, people was getting paid. So the other coach was trying to set that up to tell people that Cam has taken money to go to Auburn because he ain't go to Mississippi State. That's what had happened.
Touchdown. McKinnon fires it. Wide open. Burns. Cameron Newton. And goal. Here's Newton. And he was across the plane. It's a
That's what
touchdown.
I do. Best quarterback ever played in college. Ever.
You want to know what separates the great ones from the legends? It's this. When the pressure should break you, that's when Cam Newton played his best football. He followed up the
receiver.
Georgia demolition by catching a touchdown and hanging 51 points on Ole Miss, and then another 62 and 5 TDs on Chattanooga for good measure. The more the world tried to discredit him, the more he destroyed every team in his path. But nothing he had faced in the SEC so far could prepare him for the final trial of the regular season. Bryant-Denny Stadium, November 26, 2010.
Alabama.
The Iron Bowl.
Alabama. I hate Alabama. I hated Alabama. Even though they pay for players, nobody want to talk about
picture
that.
of what it's like.
No investigators could find any information on Alabama, the players Alabama was paying. But nah, come on, man.
Into Bryant-Denny
They
Stadium
find
as the
everything
visiting
else, though.
team. 100,000 screaming Alabama fans, defending national champions, a team that hadn't lost
my
at home in 2 years.
We just with this murder.
National champions, a team that hadn't
Wham!
lost at home in 2 years. But on this day, they weren't just trying to win a football game, they were trying to break Cam
Yeah, they were
Newton.
trying to break him.
During Auburn's walkthrough, their final quiet preparation before the game, Alabama's stadium crew starts blasting music through the speakers. Not just any music. First, Take the Money and Run by the Steve Miller Band. Then, Son of a Preacher Man. Cecil Newton, Cam's father, is a preacher. This wasn't football. This was psychological.
Cam Newton, they was doing. I knew about this though, but I didn't know the pregame they was playing that music though. I knew about the t-shirts and the Scam Newton, but I didn't know they was playing the music and stuff.
Logical
That's
warfare.
crazy.
And for the first half, it looked like it was working.
And they had Marino.
Alabama came out possessed. Mark Ingram running wild. Greg McGlory was picking apart Auburn's defense. The tie jumped out to a 21-0 lead before Auburn could even blink.
Yeah.
At this point, Vegas had Alabama as a 99% favorite to win. ESPN's win probability meter was basically just a bar colored Alabama crimson. Auburn looked dead. Cam looked rattled. The pressure, the scandal, the crowd, the music, it all finally caught up to him. The monster was finally mortal. But then right before halftime, the entire momentum of the season changed on a single play.
30, stumbling at the 20, ball knocked out from
Fumble that
behind.
bitch.
It's a touchback. It'll go back to Auburn.
We still coming. We coming. Goes deep. Got a man open. Touchdown. Auburn.
It was still a blowout, but something had shifted. In the locker room, there was no panic, no big
Cam.
speech, just a quick message from Coach Gene Chizik.
Get the ball, take the sucker down and score, make it a 10-point game, and we'll change this thing. It's that simple. So let's go. Let's go play. Let's go.
And in the second half, the psychological warfare started working the other way.
Makes the catch. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Auburn! 70 yards.
McElroy hit as he lets it go. Newton fires it out to McCaleb. Newton has it. Touchdown, Tigers. Being chased.
Ooh.
A.J. McCarron's hook. No.
Cam takes the snap. Looking for the receiver. He's got Lutson. Kirkland. Touchdown.
I was so happy. I could have cried when this happened. I ain't gonna lie.
McCarron.
None of that.
Auburn will win.
The largest comeback in Iron Bowl history, the biggest blown lead Alabama had ever suffered at home. His final numbers, 216 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 39 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. But those numbers don't tell the story. This wasn't just a comeback. This was a statement. All week, they questioned his character. They played those songs. They tried to get in his head. And Cam Newton responded by orchestrating the greatest comeback in the rivalry's 117-year history.
Yeah.
After the game,
Yeah,
an
he did
Alabama
that,
fan was asked what happened. His response?
He was not human.
With the Iron Bowl conquered, Auburn
He's a mutant ninja turtle. Ike Taylor told
was 12-0. They had survived the SEC gauntlet, survived the media circus, and were now just 1 game away from playing for a national championship. All that stood in their way was South Carolina in the SEC title game. But as the team prepared for the biggest game of the season, the storm that had been brewing behind the scenes was about to make landfall. The NCAA had finally reached a verdict on their months-long investigation.
Of course, right before the goddamn SEC championship game.
The SEC championship wasn't just another game, it was a trial. Just 4 days before kickoff in Atlanta, the news broke. His season was over. Auburn's dream was dead. The entire college football world believed the
It would
story
be right
had
before
come
the
to a
light.
crushing,
Like,
definitive
dumb shit.
end. But then, under immense public and legal pressure, the NCAA reversed their decision. He was cleared to play, saying they could never find any actual evidence of the illegal payment. And of course, that only made things worse.
Obviously.
The entire saga, the investigation, the ruling, the reversal, it all came down to this. South Carolina was standing in the way, and they were about to witness his anger unleashed.
From the Carolina 13. Cam to
We
throw.
about to run a
Looks
nigga
right.
over.
Looking all day to throw. Now finally dumps it off. Oh, McCallum's got it. He's in from the 2-yard. Breaks on. Throws it deep downfield into the end zone.
Cam Newton.
Tipped up and caught! It's caught! Darvin Adams off the deflection! Touchdown!
401 total
Auburn!
yards, 6 total touchdowns.
That was a message to the NCAA, to the media, to everyone who doubted him.
Yeah.
He wasn't just playing for a title, he was playing for his legacy and subscribing to Gridiron. He had done it. He had conquered the SEC. He had silenced the NCAA for the time being. Years later, the NCAA investigation would later be revealed to be started by Mississippi State's head coach and his wife out of jealousy that Cam didn't select their school. He was vindicated. But there was still one more mountain to climb. One final test. The national.
He did beat my team. I do like Oregon Ducks. That's my favorite college football team. Since I was a kid, he
championship. Auburn versus Oregon. A 53-year championship drought on the line. But this wasn't going to be another highlight reel game. This was different. This was for everything. Oregon's game plan was simple. Make someone other than Cam Newton beat you.
Obviously.
And for 58 minutes, it was working.
Yeah.
He was getting battered, bruised, and held in check. It looked like the perfect strategy as the game was tied 19-19 late until the moment it didn't matter.
Dyer, the freshman, is wrestled down at the 46-yard.
19!
After the game, Cam was asked about his journey. His response saying, quote, "Anything is possible. I guarantee you 5 or 6 months ago, nobody would have bet their last dollar to say that Auburn University would be winning the national championship." He was right. Nobody would have bet on Auburn, but they definitely should have bet on Cam
and Jarrell
Newton. That Superman celebration wasn't just a touchdown dance, it was a prophecy. Because in 2010, Superman didn't wear a cape. He wore number 2. And college football will never, ever see anything like it again. Championship teams are built with NFL talent, not seniors on the roster. Every team that Cam would beat this season had players that would become household names in the NFL. Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones, Dante Hightower, Tyrann Mathieu. This list could go on forever. While he believed in his teammates, the reality was this. The only player on offense drafted from 2010 Auburn who would ever start an NFL game was Cam Newton himself. He was surrounded by guys who wouldn't even make an NFL practice squad, and he dragged them week after week to a perfect season.
That nigga is a mutant ninja. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. He the best quarterback that ever touched a football, bro. Who is better than that? Name somebody on Auburn team. Nobody can ever name me one player on this Auburn team that Cam Newton took to that championship and won. Joe Burrow not better than Cam. Johnny Manziel not better than Cam. I don't give a who you name, nigga. Bo Jack, no. Give me Cam, bro. Y'all already know what I'm saying, man. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. But I'm see y'all next video. Y'all already know what's going on. No cap.